Good morning, students. So, in the previous class, we learned about Fayol's first six principles of management. They are: one is division of work, second one is authority and responsibility, third one is discipline, fourth one is unity of command, fifth one is unity of direction, and sixth one is subordination of individual interest to general interest. Okay, so today in the session we are going to learn about the remaining principles of Fayol. So, like I told you, Fayol has given 14 principles. So we have learned six principles already. So in today's class we will be learning about the remaining principles of management. Okay, so the seventh principle of management is remuneration of employees. Remuneration of employees. So for each and every employee in the organization, or for each and every worker in the organization, remuneration becomes very important. Why? Because when a person gets remunerated, that remuneration helps him to meet his requirements which he has in his life. ಅವನ ಲೈಫಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಮೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ರೆಮ್ಯುನರೇಷನ್ ತುಂಬ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಎಸ್, ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ Fayol says that the remuneration should be just and equitable. It should be just and equitable. So what happens is, like, when there is a proper remuneration to the employee in the organization, it ensures congenial atmosphere and good relation between the workers and the management. So when management provides a good salary or an equitable salary for the employee, or remuneration for the employee, then there will be congenial environment or atmosphere and good relation between the workers and the management. Okay, so it also helps for smooth working of the organization. So suppose if the organization or the employees in the organization are not provided with proper remuneration, yes, there are chances that the smooth working of the business organization may get spoiled, because the relationship of worker and management will not be in good terms. So ಯಾವಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಆಗಿರೋ ರಿಲೇಶನ್ಶಿಪ್, ಅಂದರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವರ್ಕರ್ ಮತ್ತು ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ರಿಲೇಶನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಯಾವಾಗ ವರ್ಕರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ರಿಲೇಶನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ದ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಇನ್ ಅ ಸ್ಮೂದರ್ manner. Yes, the remuneration payable should lead the worker to maintain the minimum standard of living. At the same time, it should be within the paying capacity of the organization. Understood? So ಏನು ಸ್ಯಾಲ್ರಿಯನ್ನು ಪೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಸೊ it should be in such a way or in such a manner that worker is able to maintain a standard or a minimum standard of living. So the salary or the remuneration which will be paid by the company or the organization should be in such a way that the worker in the organization is able to maintain a minimum standard of living. Okay, and not only minimum standard of living, at the same time the organization has to see that whether the remuneration paid by the organization is within the paying capacity of the organization, within the paying capacity of the organization. Okay, so remuneration, it includes not just salary but also other things like incentives, bonus and others. Okay, so it should also be provide, or there should be incentives also which should be provided for the employees in the organization. So employees will have to be provided with bonus, employees will have to be provided with incentives, and so on. The next one is centralization and decentralization. Centralization and decentralization. So the concentration of decision making power in the hands of one or few is called centralization. Yes, the concentration of decision making power in the hands of one or few is called centralization of authority or power. So ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಕಂಪನಿದು ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಅಥವಾ ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಪವರ್ ಒಬ್ಬರ ಹತ್ರ ಅಥವಾ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜನರ ಹತ್ರ ಇರುವಾಗ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲೈಸೇಷನ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಅಸ್ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಥಾರಿಟಿ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಡಿಸೆಂಟ್ರಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಥಾರಿಟಿ? ಡಿಸೆಂಟ್ರಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಥಾರಿಟಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು? ಸೊ ಡಿಸ್ಪರ್ಸಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಪವರ್ ಅಮಾಂಗ್ ಮೋರ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್. ಸೊ ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಪವರ್ ಅನ್ನು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಜನರಿಗೆ ಕೊಡುವಾಗ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಡಿಸೆಂಟ್ರಲೈಸ್ಡ್. ಎಸ್, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಡಿಸೆಂಟ್ರಲೈಸ್ಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಈಗ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲೈಸೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಲಾಕ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಎಸ್, ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲೈಸ್ಡ್ ಲಾಕ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ಎಸ್, ಒಂದೇ ಜಾಗದಿಂದ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ ನೀವು, ಎಲ್ಲ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಯಾವುದೆಲ್ಲ ಡೋರ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಲಾಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಹಾಗೆ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಇನ್ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಪವರ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಒನ್ ಆರ್ ಫ್ಯೂ, whereas dispersal of decision making among more persons is called as decentralization. Okay, so here in centralization and decentralization, the degree of centralization or decentralization will depend upon the circumstance in which the organization is working. So organization ಯಾವ situation ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಎಸ್, ಓಕೆ, ಅಥವಾ ಯಾವ circumstances ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಯ್ತಿದೆ. ಸೊ based on the circumstance in which the organization is working, the degree of centralization or decentralization will depend. So centralization, the organization may take up both centralization and decentralization depending upon its circumstances. Okay, so in general decentralization is found in large organization. Why? Because a person who is a centralized authority or who has a centralized authority can't control each and every activity or can't look upon each and every activity in the organization. So usually what to do is like in large organization generally they use decentralization concepts because the power can be given to different people so that those people will look after the work which is given to them. In small organizations this centralization will work efficiently. Why? Because when organization is small, the work which the organization will carry out will also be limited. So centralization will hold good for small organization. So this Fayol, it does not favor centralization or decentralization. He is not for centralization or for decentralization, but he suggests that there should be both. There should be a proper adjustment between centralization and decentralization. So on the organization alli centralization kuda irbeku, decentralization kuda irbeku. So when there is a proper adjustment between centralization and decentralization in order to achieve, it helps the organization to achieve maximum objective of the business organization. Yes, there has to be proper adjustment between centralization and decentralization in order to achieve maximum objectives of the business. The next one is scalar chain, or it is also called as scalar principle. Okay, so what is this scalar chain? A formal line of authority from highest to lowest rank is known as scalar chain. From highest to lowest rank is known as scalar chain. So according to Fayol, organization should have a chain of authority and communication from top to bottom. Organization should have a chain of authority and communication from top to bottom and should be followed by managers and subordinates, and that has to be followed by managers and subordinates. So this can be violated only in case of emergency. Okay, this can be violated only in case of emergency. So you know that organization will have a chain of authority and communication from top to bottom. So ಮೇಲಿಂದ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಒಂದು chain of authority ಇರುತ್ತೆ, chain of communication ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Yes, which should be followed by the manager and subordinates in the organization. Okay, so this can be violated only in case of emergency to facilitate rapid and easy communication without delay. To facilitate rapid and easy communication without delay. So this process is called as gangplank. Yes. Okay, so this process is called as gangplank. So gangplank is a process of breaking the chain during emergency to facilitate rapid and easy communication without delay. Yes. Okay, so this can be asked for your test or for your examination. So what is gangplank? Okay, so gangplank is the shortest route or shorter route in the scalar chain, which allows the employee at the same level to communicate with each other directly. So it should be ensured that gangplank does not become a moral practice or a normal practice. Gangplank should not become a normal practice. So it can be used only during the ಎಮರ್ಜೆನ್ಸಿ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್. ಸೊ ಯಾವಾಗ ಎಮರ್ಜೆನ್ಸಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಆ ಲೈನ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಥಾರಿಟಿ ಅಥವಾ ಚೈನ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಥಾರಿಟಿ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಷನನ್ನು ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೋದು. ಸೊ if there is no emergency in the organization, so then the managers and subordinates in the organization will have to follow that communication or chain of authority. Okay, so gangplank should be used only in case of emergency to prevent any likely distortion of message and to facilitate speedy coordination. So in order to facilitate speedy coordination, this gangplank will be used. Okay, so what happens here is like there is a triangle of scalar chain. There is a triangle of Fayol's scalar chain. So in this triangle they will explain regarding how this gangplank is done or how the line of authority or the chain of authority is broken during emergency. The next one is order. That is 10th one is order. So according to Fayol, people and material must be in a suitable place at appropriate time for maximum efficiency. People and materials must be in suitable places. At appropriate time for maximum efficiency. Okay, so this principle states that there is a place for everything and everything has to be in its place. So ನಾವು ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಬರುವಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೆನ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಮೆಷಿನ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಎಸ್, ಸೊ ಈಚ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಪುಟ್ ಇನ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೈ ಇಟ್ ಸೇಸ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ಸ್ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿ ಇನ್ ಅ ಸೂಟೇಬಲ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸಸ್ ಅಟ್ ಅಪ್ರೋಪ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಎಫಿಷಿಯನ್ಸಿ. ಎಸ್, ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ the other saying that there is a place for everything and everything must be in its place. So men irbodu ಅಥವಾ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಮೆಷಿನ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ each and every kind of things in the organization has its own place. So when those things are kept in its place, yes, then it becomes easy to achieve efficiency in the organization. So ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು ನಿಮಗೆ, you keep each and everything in its own place. Yes, okay, ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಡ್ರೆಸ್ಸನ್ನು ಒಂದು ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಡ್ತೀರಾ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಶೂ ಸ್ಲಿಪ್ಪರ್ಸನ್ನು ಒಂದು ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಡ್ತೀರಾ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ವೆಸಲ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಪಾತ್ರೆಗಳೇನಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಒಂದು ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಡ್ತೀರಾ. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ ಒಂದು ಜಾಗ ಅನ್ನೋದಿದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಯು ಡೋಂಟ್ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಪ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್. ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಮಿಕ್ಸಪ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಯಾಕೆ ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಆರ್ಡರಲ್ಲಿ ಇಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಟ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ ಈಸಿ ಟು ಅಚೀವ್ ದಿ ಎಫಿಷಿಯನ್ಸಿ ಆರ್ ಟು ಅಚೀವ್ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಎಫಿಷಿಯನ್ಸಿ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೈ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸೆಡ್ ದಟ್ ದೇರ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಈಚ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಓನ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ and it must be there in that particular place. Okay, so if there is a fixed place for everything and it is present there, then there is no hindrances in the activity. So alli yaude hindrances agodilla, alli stoppage of activity agodilla ಅಥವಾ delay of activity agodilla. This will lead to increased productivity and efficiency in the organization. Clear? So each and everything in the organization has its own place, so it has to be kept in its place in a proper order. So what happens? The organization can reach its maximum efficiency. Why is it said that it should be kept in that particular order? Is that it becomes easy to use the resources whenever required. So this reduces the hindrances in the activity or shortage or delay in carrying out any activity in the organization. Clear? Yes. The next one is equity. The next one is equity. So Fayol says kindness and justice is very important, or it is very important in the behavior of managers towards workers. It is a manager in the organization has to be very kind and show justice in the behavior. Yes, manager has to be very kind and he should show justice in the behavior towards workers. That is, he has to carry out the business in a proper manner. He should show equality between each and every employee. Yes, okay. So when he shows that kindliness or justice in the behavior, yes, then that will ensure the loyalty and devotion of the worker. It will increase or ensure loyalty and devotion in the worker. So he also said that all should be treated equally. Yes, that is each and every employee in the organization. Yes, each and every employee in the organization should be treated equally. Yes, okay. So there should be no discrimination. There should be no discrimination against anyone. Yes, ಯಾವುದೇ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ discrimination ಇರಬಾರ್ದು. There should be no discrimination against anyone on account of sex, religion, region, language, caste, belief, nationality, etc. ಎಸ್, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು. ಯಾವುದೆಲ್ಲ ವಿಷಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಕ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು, ರಿಲೀಜನಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು, ರೀಜನಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು, ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು, ಕ್ಯಾಸ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು, ಬಿಲೀಫ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು, ನ್ಯಾಷನಾಲಿಟಿ ಇದರಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಏನಿರಬಾರ್ದು, discrimination ಇರಬಾರ್ದು. Yes, he said that there should be a good sense and experienced persons to induce just and equitability. Yes, he said that there should be good sense and experienced personnel in order to induce just and equitability. So if there is experienced person, then it becomes easy, or experienced personnel are needed to induce just and equitability in the organization. The next one, 12th one, is stability of personnel. Stability of personnel. So there should be stability of personnel or employee in the organization. That is, the employees turnover should be minimized to maintain organizational efficiency. Yes, employees turnover. So employees turnover andre employee change aayta irodu. Okay, so it has to be minimized to maintain organizational efficiency. So organizational efficiency na achieve ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ, organizational efficiency ಅನ್ನು achieve ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ನಾವು ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ ಟರ್ನ್ ಓವರನ್ನು ಮಿನಿಮೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆದಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ನ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಇರೋದನ್ನು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ what has to be done is they have to be selected and appointed through various procedure. They have to be selected and appointed through various procedures. So ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು procedures ಇರುತ್ತೆ. So they have to be selected and appointed through those process or procedures which are required for selection. Okay, so he should be kept at their post for minimum fixed period. Yes, okay, so he should be kept at their post for a minimum fixed period. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅವನ ಒಂದು ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ತನಕ ಇಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ they should be given reasonable time to show their result. So all at once ಒಂದು ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯಿಯನ್ನು ಕೆಲಸಕ್ಕೆ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅವತ್ತೇ ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದು 2-3 ದಿನದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವನು ರಿಸಲ್ಟನ್ನು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ಅನ್ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯಿ to give a good result in 1 or 2 days or in 1 or 2 weeks. It really takes a good amount of time to give a good result to the organization. So he has to be given reasonable time to show his result. So he should be paid attractive remuneration and incentive. So when he is paid with attractive remuneration and incentive, ಯಾವಾಗ ಅವನಿಗೆ ರೆಮ್ಯುನರೇಷನ್ನ ಪೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಯಾವಾಗ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಇನ್ಸೆಂಟಿವನ್ನು ಪೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಈಸ್ feel or it's what motivational thought or the capacity to work in the organization increases. On the other hand, when the organization does not give salary to his employees in the proper manner, yes, he becomes demotivated. He will not put all his efforts towards the organization. So here he says that in order to have stability of personnel in the organization, it should be paired with attractive remuneration and also with incentive. So organization, what it has to do is like it will have to recognize and reward the efficiency of the employee. Yes, the one who is working efficiently in the organization will have to be recognized. The one who is putting all his effort towards the organization will have to be recognized. So recognition has to be made. So after recognizing, he will have to be rewarded efficiently. Yes, okay. So not only that, but also he should be provided with employment security. ಅವನ ಏನು ಕೆಲಸ ಇದೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರಿಟಿ ಇರಬೇಕು. There should be employment security for the employee who is available in the organization. Okay, so any negligence in this regard will create instability among the employees. So ಅವನಿಗೆ ಸ್ಯಾಲ್ರಿ ಸಿಗದಿದ್ರೆ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಅವನ ಏನು ಎಫರ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ ಅಥವಾ ಅವನ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ಸನ್ನು ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ರೀಸನೇಬಲ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಕೊಡೋದಿದ್ರೆ, ಎಸ್, ಅಥವಾ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಆಗಿರೋ ಎಂಥದ್ದು ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಎನ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟನ್ನು ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿದ್ರೆ, ಅಥವಾ ಅವನ ಪ್ರಾಪರಾಗಿ ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್ಲಿ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, then there are chances that it will create instability among the employees in the organization. Okay, so that would tend the employee to leave the organization sometimes. So ಯಾವಾಗ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ರೆಮ್ಯುನರೇಷನ್ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಯಾವಾಗ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಜಾಬ್ ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರಿಟಿ ಇಲ್ಲ, sometimes there are chances that they will leave the organization for these reasons. Okay, the next one is 13th one is initiative. So according to Fayol, workers should be encouraged to develop and carry out their plans for improvement. Workers should be encouraged to develop and carry out their plans for improvement. According to Fayol, workers should be encouraged to develop and carry out their plans for improvement. Yes, initiative refers to step taken by employee towards their self-motivation. Yes, initiative is taking his own steps, yes, in order to motivate himself, or it refers to steps taken by employees towards their self-motivation or steps which are taken by an employee towards a self-motivation is called as initiative. Yes, so this principle states that employee at all level should be given some amount of freedom. Yes, some amount of freedom. So the reason why they say that they have to be given with some amount of freedom is that so that what they can do is like they can come forward and use their skills to achieve expected goals. Yes, so you can't expect anything from, you can't under or degrade a employee in the organization. Okay, sometimes the person who is in the lower level of the organization will have much more or much good ideas than the one who is in the top level management or top level ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್. ಎಸ್, ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಟಾಪ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗಿಂತ ಕೆಲವೊಮ್ಮೆ ಈ ಲೋವರ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್ಲಿರೋರು ಅಥವಾ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಐಡಿಯಾಸ್ ಇರೋ ಚಾನ್ಸಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ವಿಷಯದಲ್ಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ each and every employee should be given with some amount of freedom, so that what they can do is like they can come forward and use their skills to achieve expected goals in the organization. Okay, so this what they do is like when they are given some amount of freedom, they will put their ideas or they will put their skills. Yes, they will what become volunteer in order to use their skills to achieve the expected goals of the organization. Okay, so the problem here in initiative is like when an employee in the organization is given with certain amount of freedom, there are chances that they may go against the established principles of the organization. They may go against established principles of the organization. Yes, it may lead to going against the established principles of the organization. Okay, so this has to be totally reduced. So the initiative helps to bring out hidden efficiency of the employees or staffs in the organization, so that it leads to good environment and in turn leads to encouragement and motivation. It leads to good environment and in turn leads to encouragement and motivation. The last one is Esprit de Corps. Esprit de Corps. Okay, so this Esprit de Corps is also called as spirit of cooperation. Spirit of cooperation. Yes, so management should take necessary steps to promote team spirit among the employee. What a management has to do is it has to take necessary steps to promote team spirit among the employees in the organization. So there has to be coordination between the employees of the organization. So it has to develop a mentality of one family member. It has to develop the mentality of one family members. Yes, so the concept of I should be changed into the concept of we. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೋಪರೇಷನ್ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲಿಸಮ್ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಷನ್ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಅ ಮ್ಯೂಚುವಲ್ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್. ದೇರ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಅ ಮ್ಯೂಚುವಲ್ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಮಾಂಗ್ ದಿ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ ಅವೈಲೇಬಲ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್. ಸೊ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಸೊ ದೇ ಶುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ಮ್ಯೂಚುವಲ್ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ understanding. So when there is cooperation or when there is a mentality of one family members, or when there is mutual confidence and understanding between the employees in the organization, it helps to reduce the wastage of resource in the organization. Yes, okay, it helps to reduce the wastage of the resource that may happen in the organization. Not only this, but also the misuse and carelessness use of resource in the organization, and in turn leads to increase in production. So ಯಾವಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೋಪರೇಷನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒನ್ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಮೆಂಬರ್ದು ಮೆಂಟಾಲಿಟಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಥವಾ ಮ್ಯೂಚುವಲ್ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಇಟ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ಸ್ ಟು ರಿಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ದಿ ವೇಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಆಫ್ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸ್ and also misuse and carelessness of resources in the organization, which in turn leads to increase in production. So the production of the organization increases. Okay, so like I told you, a manager should replace I with we in all conversation with workers. There has to be concept of oneness. ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು behavior employees ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು, so that what happens, the organization can achieve its organizational objectives very easily. So these are all about Fayol's 14 principles. Okay, so now let's discuss about Fayol and Taylor. Yes, we'll compare Fayol's and Taylor's principles of management. Okay, so these both of them, that is Fayol or Taylor, yes, Fayol and Taylor, both of them have contributed immensely to the knowledge of management. Yes, both of them have contributed immensely towards the knowledge of management. Yeah, knowledge of management, so which has formed a basis for further practice by managers. So this has helped the manager to take necessary decisions in the organization. So they have got an idea regarding what are the decisions which has to be done in the organization, which has to be taken in the organization, or what are the things which has to be done in the organization. Okay, so here we can make out the following points of difference between their contributions. So what are the difference between Fayol and Taylor's principles of management? Yes, what are the difference between Fayol's and Taylor's principles of management? So on the basis of perspective, here when coming to Henry Fayol, it concentrates on top level management. Yes, okay, perspective is on top level of management. Its perspectives is on top level management. When coming to F.W. Taylor, it is shop floor level of a factory. Shop floor level, that is very low level management or low level of a factory. So on the basis of unity of command, yes, on the basis of unity of command, here it says, that is Henry Fayol says, it is a staunch proponent. It is a staunch proponent. So he has said properly about the unity of command. So each and every individual should be guided, or should be ordered by or commanded by one single boss. Okay, so when coming to Taylor, did not feel that it is important as under functional foremanship, a worker received orders from 8 specialists. A worker received orders from 8 specialists. See the difference here. See the difference. Ali Henry Fayol in Martana, he says that one individual in the organization will have to collect information or will have to get commanded by one boss. ಒಬ್ಬ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ಗೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ಬಾಸ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಕಮಾಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಟೈಲರ್ಗೆ ಬರುವಾಗ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ದಟ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಎಸ್, ಇಟ್ ಡಿಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಆನ್ ದಟ್. ವೈ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ವೆನ್ ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಟೈಲರ್, under functional foremanship, a worker received orders from 8 specialists. So 8 specialists kind of ಒಬ್ಬ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯಿ ಅಥವಾ ಒಬ್ಬ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ರಿಸೀವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ನೋಡಿ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫಯಾಲ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ಒಬ್ಬನ ಕೈಯಿಂದ ಮಾತ್ರ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಅಥವಾ ಕಮಾಂಡ್ ಅನ್ನು ರಿಸೀವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಟೈಲರ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅವನ ಫಂಕ್ಷನಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಮೆನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ರಿಸೀವ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆರ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ 8 specialists. Clear? So when coming to applicability, Henry Fayol's principles are universally applicable. They are universally applicable. They are applicable universally. So like I told you in the previous classes, it may be applied anywhere. Elli bekadru adanna apply ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. But when coming to your F.W. Taylor's principles, yes, so those are applicable only to specialized situations. They are applicable only to specialized situations. ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಅದು ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಸ್ಪೆಷಲೈಸ್ಡ್ ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಹೆನ್ರಿ ಫೇಯಾಲ್ದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ಸು ಎಲ್ಲ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಬಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಟೈಲರ್ದು ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಬಲ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಟು ಸ್ಪೆಷಲೈಸ್ಡ್ ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ಸೊ the next one is basis of formation. So what is the basis of formation of Henry Fayol's principle? So how Henry Fayol's principle was formed? So Henry Fayol's principle was a personal experience. Henry Fayol's principle was personal experience. That was the basis of formation. Personal experience made Henry Fayol to bring up the principle. So what was the basis of formation of Taylor's principle? So Taylor's basis of formation was observation and experimentation. It was observation and experimentation. So he observed and experimented his principles. He observed and experimented his principles in the management, and then came into a conclusion that these has to be done in the organization. Okay, the next one is focus. Yes, focus. So we can differentiate the two principles of management on the basis of focus. Okay, so Henry Fayol focuses on improving overall administration. Henry Fayol focused on improving overall administration. So overall administration na improve ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. So when coming to Taylor he focused on increased productivity of the organization. He focused on increasing productivity of the organization. So productivity has to be increased productivity. Okay, the next one is personality. Yes, personality. So Henry Fayol is a practitioner. He is a practitioner, whereas F.W. Taylor is a scientist. F.W. Taylor is a scientist. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾಕೆ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಷನರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅವನು ಅವನ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸನ್ನು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಹೆನ್ರಿ ಫೆಯಾಲ್ ಅದನ್ನು ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. F.W. ಟೈಲರ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಒಬ್ಸರ್ವೇಷನ್ ಮತ್ತು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಹಾಕಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವನು ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ಸನ್ನು ತರ್ತಾನೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ ಅ ಸೈಂಟಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ Henry Fayol becomes a practitioner. Okay, the next one is expression. Okay, expression. Here F.W. Taylor gives a scientific management. Yes, okay. F.W. Taylor gives scientific management, whereas Henry Fayol gives general theory of administration. Henry Fayol gives general theory of administration. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅನ್ಕೋತೀನಿ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪರ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ Henry Fayol ಟಾಪ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಟೈಲರ್ ಫ್ಲೋರ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ರಿ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅಥವಾ ಫ್ಲೋರ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟನ್ನು ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಯೂನಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಕಮಾಂಡಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, Fayol says that one boss has to command one individual, or one individual has to be commanded by one boss. There Taylor says that his workers under functional foremanship received order from 8 specialists. So allu difference ide. Applicability, Henry Fayol the principles are universally applicable. Here Taylor's it is applicable only to specialized situation. Yes, basis of formation or the basis of formation of Fayol's principle was a personal experience. Adona personal experience agittu. When coming to Taylor, it was because of observation and experimentation. Yes, okay. So while focusing, Henry Fayol's focus was on improving overall administration. Whereas here Taylor's focus was on increasing the productivity. So personality, here Henry Fayol becomes a practitioner because it was his personal experience. The principles were his personal experience. When coming to Taylor, he becomes a scientist because of a reason that he experimented and observed the principles. Okay, so expression. So Henry Fayol's is a general theory of administration. When coming to F.W. Taylor, it is a scientific management.